This is So Min, the Hand of the Monster, and also the AIWF World TV Champion. And you are watching, you are listening, you are experiencing Bells and Belts.
On this 95th day as AAA Megas champion and 17 days into his second reign as Intercontinental champion, of course, I'm talking about Dirty Dominus Mysterio. We welcome you to Bells and Bells, along with Matt Joy. I'm boy Cedric. Gentlemen, good evening to you.
Good evening. Good evening. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty doggone good, man. I always feel good on an interview night, man. It's going to be a great time. Because we're gonna be talking about an upcomer on the wrestling scene. We will definitely get into her. But Joey, the countdown's on. We got 2 weeks left.
2 weeks left, ladies and gentlemen out there. You can wave your freak flag. Bells and Belts is on the air, and you know what time it is. If you're paying attention, we're still doing this giveaway. I'm still marking down names. I want to give a special thanks right here to Muhammad Zubair at Big Time Belts for donating this incredible triple stacked AEW.
Can't even get it out your mouth, sir.
Championship. trying to get the gravity of this thing here. The people don't know what's on the line here, man. And in 2 weeks, we're going to have a winner, and this belt will be getting shipped out to somebody. So you better stick around here and watch us every week. You know the rules. You ought to know the rules by now. Come on. If you're watching, you're commenting, but it don't count unless you're subscribed and following our Facebook business page. Must be. That's the qualifications to even get in the runnings. And then if you're commenting during the live broadcast, that's two entries. You see that right there. You leave us comment after the show on YouTube. That's an additional raffle entry. Why Nesha's got the most right now, because she always puts some comments up. She's always getting her spots. And, if you follow us on Twitch, you follow us on Instagram, make sure that if you let us know that you did. I did see recently Generic Jobber followed us on Instagram. Thanks for that. I did get your vote for that. In case you were wondering, I did see that. Thank you very much. So, yeah, it's all it takes to get these entries in it. And we still got 2 weeks to get it. So make sure you go after the show is posted, after the broadcast is over, and watch it for a few minutes. That way we get a view on it.
Yeah.
Leave your comment to get a vote, and doggone it, if you would, please hype the damn video, because if you hype it, more people go get to see it. We really appreciate that. If you don't know, you have hype points. You could hype 3 videos a week, or one video up to 3 times, or 2 videos, whatever you want to do. Just hit us with that hype one time. It would really help you boys here at Bells and Bells get the word out. It would really help.
Absolutely. And as we try to continue to grow this thing, madam, how many subscribers we are at right now?
Like I said, 2 years ago, so that means we had 2023.
2023, man. We didn't talk about it last week, but we passed 2,000 subscribers last week, man. And we definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all that watch us, like, comment, subscribe, and just everything that we do here at Bells and Bells, guys. It does not go unnoticed, and we are truly humble that each and every week you're supporting us, whether it's through your likes or your comments or what have you. We thank you so much as we continue to grow this brand to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is what we're trying to do. in this video, we saw the AIWF World Television Champion Soa Amin, and it's apropos, Joey, that our guest has a good nice association with him.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get into the intro, y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been paying attention, if you watched our interview with the legend Drew Onyx, Soa Amin, you already know he's the boss man over there at Torture Chamber Dojo, Torture Chamber Pro Wrestling. And it just happens to be one of the best pro wrestling schools you could possibly go to in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And we're looking at a graduate of said school and the 2025 Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
Torture Chamber Pro Wrestling. We're talking about one and only Kassidy Renner.
Whoa, yeah.
Kassidy,
hi,
welcome
guys.
to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. We definitely appreciate the time. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Before we get everything mad up, let's say hi to everybody. Then we're gonna jump into this.
All righty, Generic. How you doing? How you doing?
There it is.
Nesha. Thank you, Nesha. Welcome to Bells and Belts. All righty. Nesha's number one because she goes hard in the paint. Yeah.
Them comments, man. Them comments, absolutely.
It's better when you're a Renner. Okay.
Somebody's been watching her stuff, I see. So good. I'm glad.
I love it.
Now, what's that other? There we go. Hold on. What else did Generic Jobber put in here? I've been seeing it.
I haven't got to it yet. Okay. What was that?
Nesha. Oh my gosh. I'm reading all the comments now.
All right. Okay. There we go. Yeah. All righty. You got. She's trying to get that belt.
Everybody trying to get that belt, man. Everybody trying to get it.
What's up there, Vicious?
Vicious 3T. I think it's first time viewer. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate that.
I think this is for our guest, Ms. Renner here. Congratulations. Hello, how you doing there? How you doing?
Ready, GP over on the Twitch side. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah. That's what's up. All right, Kassidy. Again, we thank you so much for the time. You joined us here at Bells and Bells. The first question that we ask all of our guests is what is your very first wrestling memory?
It's so hard to pick because I have memories.
Okay.
But I didn't realize I had them until I rewatch after.
Okay.
I had memories of bits and pieces of some Bret Hart's versus Shawn Michaels in the early 90s.
Okay.
And then back then I wasn't like a diehard fan. So it's just when I watched it a little later in life, I was like, oh, I've seen that. I remember that. Those were the match because I was a fan of Shawn Michaels when I was a kid.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. That Bret Hart. Do you remember if it was that Survivor Series or that they had a match, or was it before then? Do you remember?
No, I think it was exactly that in Survivor Series. Yes.
Survivor Series 1990.
I would say 92 or 90.
92. Yeah, 92. Yeah. Okay. Good deal. All right. All right, Joy.
Yeah. Well, and so you were a fan of that as first. What else? How did you? What would you say? Your fandom. How did it grow? Like, what all did you get into as far as pro wrestling goes? From there.
It was always on when I was a kid. My family was always watching it. It was always in the background. And I enjoyed watching it, but it's really when I was a teenager that it made an impact and a difference. And then I started to watch daily, almost. I became all the time. And I would say it was I think in Monday Night Raw when Kane came back. I think I can't remember when exactly, but he got a biggest pop. He was coming back, I think, in 2002, 2001, something like that. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is cool. Like the crowd is really going crazy. And that's all. Also, when I realized that my best friend, who was just a regular friend at the time, she also popped at this. So we realized that we had something in common, and I had someone to have that passion with. And that's when it
Wow.
all went. And then I became fan SmackDown, Raw, each main event. I think also I would watch everything after that. And I don't know why I wasn't such a fan of Kane. I just thought it was cool.
All right. So you said you think wrestling was cool when you were watching it. Now let me ask you this, just to get a little specific. Do you think it was like the bright lights? Was it the wrestlers seemed like larger than life characters themselves? I mean, can you tell us exactly what you think it might was that you really thought it was cool?
Yes, I would say the larger than life guys, like actually fighting without getting too injured, and big strong guys also playing comedy. I'm also a lot into movies and TV shows, so to me it clicked on really early that it's a show, but it's a different one. Like they're really out there in their underwear fighting, and it's very, very different than just a regular movie.
Sure. Yeah.
And yeah. And it's like, wow, okay, so men and women, they can do that. And sometimes the women get involved with the guys, and I like this. It's all larger than everything. It's different.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great.
So you like a lot of people, you started out watching WWE primarily. At what point did you start to discover other pro wrestling companies outside of that? And what was the first one you noticed outside of WWE?
Well, WCW before that, actually, when I was a kid, I think that's pretty much what my family was watching. Other than WWE, after that, I would say was TNA. I think is the first one that I noticed. Oh, there's another one. Because to me, when I was a kid, I didn't make a difference between WCW and WWE. I didn't much understand that it was a different product. But that TNA was the first time I said, "Oh, there's a second company out there." And to me, in my young self, was they like I'm not getting into that, but I would secretly watch if like it was on TV. But to me, I was sold on WWE. But then after I realized like there's a lot of great talent over there too.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything else, Cedric, or you want me to go?
Go ahead. Go
All right. All right. Now you discovered other wrestling promotions. I gotta ask you this question. Besides WWE, which one of them was your favorite?
I don't watch a lot of the product. I wish I would. It's just a lack of time, I'm guessing.
Sure.
But I would say New Japan Pro Wrestling in the biggest stage, I would say. I'm a big fan of Japan. I've never been there, but that's a goal of mine to go. And the wrestling scene there is very different and very cool also. So I would say if I could pick a favorite, it'd be that. Other than, I mean, here in Montreal, TCPW. But if we're talking big.
Okay. All right.
Cool. So tell us later on what made you start thinking about the idea of becoming a professional wrestler?
Okay.
Yeah, can
Oh, wow, it's cutting in and out kind of bad though.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, I was asking, what made you? When did you start thinking and considering becoming a professional wrestler?
Yeah.
Trish and Lita story.
Okay.
In the early 2000s for me. They really did it. I thought they were very cool. And I know it's a maybe sometimes unpopular opinion, but I really and Lita, and then after that I also enjoyed a lot of the content, and I was like, that's what I want to do in life.
Okay.
I don't know how, but I really want to do that.
Yeah.
The dream has to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So now you got your inspiration from Trish and Lita. I gotta ask you this: was there any other wrestlers that you kind of looked up to?
John Cena is actually my number one of all time,
okay.
of course.
Okay.
And also, as a younger self, I was a big fan of Goldberg when he was on his streak and all of his winning streak, doing the bare minimum, I would say. But he was very impressive. And well, I mean, when you look at it now, it wasn't that impressive, but it was still impressive. To me, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, he's doing one move and he's winning all the time. He's so cool. So I that's also one of the reasons why I do a spear nowadays, because of Goldberg. And yeah, I would say big space in my heart. Better.
Okay. And then you mentioned watching TNA. Did you have anybody that you enjoyed watching over there? Because TNA kind of, we talk a lot about the women's revolution in professional wrestling. TNA kind of broke ground on that long before WWE did, with changing kind of the way it was presented. The knockouts division kind of was a completely different feel to women's professional wrestling. And not just that, but the X division and everything that TNA produced. I know you mentioned you did follow them to a degree. Is there any wrestlers in TNA you really thought highly of too?
AJ Styles.
Okay. Absolutely.
Of course. He spent most of his career over there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think when Chris TNA, I was already a fan of him, and I also liked his little stance in TNA.
Wow, yeah, he definitely was a game changer there. So tell us when you finally did decide to become a professional wrestler. How did that come about? How did that thought process start at that point, and what made you decide to do it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a good question right there from Nesha. Same thing. Well, I mean, we surely talked about that kind of, but
yeah.
Yeah. It was actually was in 2017 or 2018.
Write that out.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do something, I don't like to fail at it.
Sure.
So if I didn't know I would do it, and I kind of step back a little bit. And it's just in 2024, it came from a place of small depression, working the 9 to 5 every day. Was a very bad place. And I was like, I have a lot of years left before I can life.
Right.
And I was like, well, wrestling is the only thing that's always on the back of your head. So just go for it. Like, you might as well try, see where it's going to take, be miserable. So I messaged Drew, and I was like, when does class start? Sorry. And then that was it. I started in January 2024.
Oh wow, very recent. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely.
Now,
Yes.
now
Yeah.
your next. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just want to piggyback that whatnot because I know like a lot of people and a lot of wrestlers have come out talking about mental health and along those lines, whatnot, and a lot of I know a wrestler here in San Antonio, in regards to mental health and PTSD, wrestling has brought an outlet to them, when to be able to combat that. With you, whatnot, is that is that a way for you to be able to manage your mental health as well, or just talk us about that. Talk us that a little bit.
Definitely.
Mm.
Everyone that knows me knows that I've been a lot thing, and I'm known for being grumpy.
Okay.
But whenever it's about wrestling where I practice, I don't have a hard time. Of course, there's not just depression, more of a hormone imbalance. So I take medication for that. So it plays a lot with depression and everything, and being a woman, so wrestling has been very, very helpful in my journey. I would say it totally changed my life. And
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. And I was going to go back to what you were talking about, Drew. What made you? Because I'm sure in your area he's probably not the only wrestling school in the entire area there. What made you kind of go with Torture Chamber? What made you go with Drew Onyx as far as a trainer and everything?
there is not that much school around here. There is other, yes. But it started when I was like a couple of years ago when I looked online. He came up first because there wasn't a lot of them back then, even less than now. So he came up, and then also I saw after that I would always kind of Google and go back to that dream and that plan. And when I saw that he trained Kevin Owens for his tryouts,
Sure.
and I'm a fan of Kevin Owens also, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And Kevin,
Yeah,
nice,
and everything. So I was like, that's where I want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, it definitely matters because you can find like smaller time people that don't have quite the promotion and production that Drew does have available, not just through school with the promotion and everything like that, and the obvious connections he has in professional wrestling. Because when you look at Drew's resume, he's been so many places. He's wrestled a literal who's who in professional wrestling. If you look at it over the last 25 years, he's wrestled everybody that that pretty much was. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference too. Was that also a thought of yours, knowing that he was legit, and you knew that, like you said, that he trained Kevin Owens for his debut or for his tryout WWE? Did that make a difference to you too, knowing that he had such legitimacy? He was so renowned in the pro wrestling business.
Yes, I was very impressed. I was Googling him, going on, reading his Wikipedia, and listening to podcasts that he was on. It was like, I know your entire life. I'm at this point, I'm a stalker. I might as well join, And also on Instagram, I follow I followed them for the longest time. So I would see he posts a lot of the trainings that he does. So I would see all of his students, and it looked fun. It looked healthy, but it looks like it's at a high level. And I'm like, that looks tough, but I want to do that. I definitely want to join and be trained by that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing I noticed about his school too is even when you guys do promos and things like that, it's a huge level difference. You see a lot of indie workers online on doing stuff like that, and they don't seem to. It's like some of them can talk, but it's like they don't really understand the way to lay out a promo. They don't understand the way to lay this stuff out, and you could just tell by not just yourself but the other wrestlers there. When I sit back on Instagram and YouTube and see the different things from you guys, I could really tell. That there's something right going on in that school, because you guys all know how it's everything makes sense the way you guys put it out there and stuff, from the matches in ring to the promos to the different things like that. You guys definitely have that certain level of professionalism that a lot of people don't have, especially with yourself not being in the pro wrestling business all that long. When you think about it, I'm sure you see this, and I don't mean to like toot your horn or like go off on an ego thing here, but the more indies you work, you start to see, that not everybody's even on the same level, and you get indie workers that have been in the business for 5 years or whatever, but you can tell they're not progressing because of the people they're not working with, or the lack of training or whatever. They're not progressing at the same level. Do you seem to find that with what you see out there too?
Yes, it's very different. There's I think a lot of things that people don't do nowadays on the indie is chain wrestling, and we learned that very early on. And most people in other feds, they don't always want to chain. Either they don't understand how to make it look good, how to tell a story with it. So I don't get to do that a lot outside of the dojo, but it's a very good way to start a match, or just in the middle of the match, just to add to the stories, the little things. And that's one thing I've noticed. Also, sometimes I'm not knocking on anyone, but one thing that Drew is good at is making the story make sense. And I think that a lot of people, they just like to have a show. It doesn't always make sense, which is fine. We're there to tell the story, whether we agree with the story or not. But sometimes that's why you don't wrestle to every fed out there. You pick, and it's quality over quantity. That's always something that Drew told us, because we see it. It's not going to be like here. When you go out there, you're going to realize that you're lucky to have that type of product with TC. And it's not to toot his horn, my horn, but it is kind of true. Very different other places.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. That's one thing I've noticed as a fan just watching, is when I watched like the anniversary show, some of the matches from that and stuff, I was like, wow, this looks like a professional wrestling company. This isn't just some thrown together crap ring in a place, with it looked like a professional production. And it's like you're talking about, how much I don't know. When you're working for a promotion like that, you're working for Project X, places with good production, professional looking ring, professional looking wrestlers. Everybody's got gear. Everybody looks like a pro. It makes a difference, because if you go and work these other places, I think it kind of pulls your stardom, your mystique down a little bit. It kind of pulls it back. Where if you're working these bigger shows, you're going to look like a star to me as a fan watching. It's like, if you're working the better promotions, you, to me, look like more of a star than if I see you on some podunk, something county wrestling, and it's in some garbage looking, armory somewhere, bar, and and it's just not professional and stuff. And you got people out there wrestling in their street clothes and things like that. It's just as a fan too, it doesn't look the same to you, and it doesn't get people into independent wrestling either, because if you're used to seeing WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah, any of these places, Stardom, any of these big professional wrestling companies, when you look at something that looks too small time and too just backwoods, you can, it's hard to get into it when you compare it to that. But the fact that, Torture Chamber really puts the work into all aspects of it, the production, the entrances, the whole thing, it's really professional, and it really makes everyone look and feel like a star, in my opinion.
Now, I got a question for you. Now that you're training,
I agree, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Go ahead, man.
I got a question. Now that you're training, we always ask this next question: how did that first bump feel?
Terrible. It's not necessarily the bump itself, but I kept hitting my head every
Tuck the chin.
And we always practice it, of course, on the crash mat, but when you get into the ring, it's a different ball game.
Oh, sure.
And eventually I was the one girl that had to put a safety helmet on just to be sure.
Oh, wow.
It made a lot of
It's funny he had that.
made a lot of people laugh. But I mean, at the end, I learned not to hit my head.
Great.
So you hit your head, not your elbows so much, because I feel like I always say this. I feel like it's one or the other. You either hit your head or it's the elbows. You just keep skinning or whatever. It's one or both, or the head.
I did both. I would say yes. But the elbows I can live with. The head eventually, I'm gonna get confused before I even start. Wait, but the elbow you can, you put a little cream or a little bit of tape and you're good.
Yeah. But you always know now that you're in the business, whenever you see people on TV always wearing elbow pads, they must be elbow hitters. That's the way I always think too. It's like, somebody hits their elbows a lot because they're still wearing elbow pads years into the business and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're still, or it's just one elbow pad because that's the one they slam every time or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's when you definitely need it. And how'd you feel about Cedric always asks this one too, about how'd you feel the first time you hit the ropes?
Yeah.
Also terrible. It was
all up in here. All up in here.
No, to me, actually, it was right. I'm kind of short.
Okay.
And the middle rope always hits the back of my the top of my ass. I'll just go ahead and say it. So I wish most people they get bruised bar in the middle of their back, but mine was a bruised ass for months because I would just keep hitting it again and again and again. It would never have time to heal. I was like, at one point, I was struggling to sit, and I'm not even joking.
Ooh.
Like, we need to take a break from the ropes, but it just stops one day.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now that you said because the ropes was hurting you so much and you couldn't hardly sit, did you make any adjustments to when you go into the ropes now?
No, it just eventually stopped hurting. I guess the body gets used to it. Maybe I kind of squat a little bit more so it hits a different way. So you just get better at it anyway. You rotate your hips. It just might hit different than it did before.
Yeah.
But I also think the body gets used to getting hit at the same place all the time.
I asked that question because I did see an interview with someone who's a wrestler as well that's kind of short. And she said that, the ropes would hit her, her lower back as well. and it would hurt.
Mhm.
So now when she hits the ropes, she kind of bends down just a tad bit, so it don't hurt as much. So that's why I was asking, maybe you had a different kind of technique.
No, I think it's kind of similar to her. I'm guessing. Yeah, I do think maybe I'm squatting just a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You watch a guy, you watch like Drew hit the ropes, and he can kind of sit in and lean in because he's big and tall and everything, and can do that. And it's like that's who the ropes. You realize that's the height of the ropes is made for these guys, because like the wrestling rings were come back from them the way they build them and everything, and the height of the ropes and everything like that. So you got a guy like him, and he's hitting the ropes. He's probably making it look easy because he can even kind of lean into it, sit into it, get it right up under his, right up under here where it's not that easy for everybody else. So,
no, exactly. It's very different. One of the drill that we do sometimes is there's 4 of us in the ring, and everyone runs into a different direction at the same times, and we hit the rope. And if you don't hit it the right way, then there's always a rebound. But I usually train with just guys. So guess who's flying and rebounding most of the time? Because I can't sit that much into the rope. I love doing that drill because it's a lot of fun. It makes me laugh. But it's tough. I'm like, I'm not like the rest. I'm doing my best, but I'm flying out here, guys. Help me out a little bit.
So in training, and I noticed there's kind of a class of people you kind of come up with around the same time there at Torture Chamber. Who are some of your favorite people you trained with during that time and everything?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that properly.
Oh, that's okay. I noticed you had several classmates kind of come up around that time with Torture Chamber. Who are some of your favorite people? Who do you want to mention, like, as far as been great to train with, help you develop, you help them develop as well, kind of?
Actually, I was the only one from my small group of friends to graduate in 2025. I have 2 friends that graduated in 2024. And then there's also a friend that he's been at the dojo we met there. But they've been very, very helpful. So if I could give a shout out to Jimmy Woods, who just recently won his first title. Nice. And also Buddy Jacob and Loic Bouchard, they've been very, very great help to me. Buddy and Loic actually started the same time as me. They were just faster to graduate because they're really amazing. But they keep on going to practice, and they're always helping out. Always. I've never felt like I was a constraint to them or I was just in the way. They always have tricks, and I like to also watch them. If they're good at something, then you're going to imitate that. It's very important. You watch the vets and you learn from them. That's a very, very good way to learn.
Awesome. That's amazing. So tell us about your debut. Yeah. Your actual debut as a pro wrestler in front of fans.
I was lucky enough to start at the promotion's biggest event. So Pandemonium. It's usually in the month of May. So it's at the end of the season. They do the big promotion, big show. And I debuted in a tag team match against 2 girls that they're not from Torture Chamber, but they're always on the show because they're very, very good. So Drew likes to have them back all the time. They're very well known here in Quebec. And I actually knew one of them from when I was a fan. So I was like, oh, I like her. I'm going to be a tag team partner. That's amazing. And also one of the vets at the dojo, Renza, that have had mini match against, she was also. So it was a tag team. Wasn't a victory, but it was a damn good debut, I would say. Was very, very proud, very, very nervous. But I think I did very good for a first match, of course.
Sure.
And I don't think Drew would have put me out there if he didn't think I would.
Yeah.
But when the nerves and everything, and you're in the crowd, I think I started. I debuted in front of.
That's where I was gonna go. I was going with go into like that first time walking through that curtain and you engage them fans. Like what that talk us through that real quick. Just like that first time.
Actually, even Drew likes to tell that story because
Okay.
I'm kind of the other way around.
Okay.
I get nervous before, but once I'm out of the curtains, I'm good. It doesn't matter whether there's 3 people or 400. I'll perform, and then after that, then the nerves come down, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I just did that. I didn't know I could." But
Yeah.
Oh,
I was very nervous, almost like crying. I was like, "So who's going out first?" Just 10 seconds before my music hit, and he was like, "Oh well, it's you, honey."
Yeah.
And then I had the smallest steps, nervous, and then when I came out of the curtains, apparently, and I've seen it on video, but to everyone backstage, I was a totally different person. I was like, it's my show and I'm here to steal it. And and it went very, very well. I performed in front of, I started, I think, around 450 people in the crowd for my first.
A nice crowd, yeah.
Very nice crowd. Love that.
Yeah. So in other words, you were thriving under the pressure. It's like once you got out there in the pressure cooker, it was on, and you felt at home kind of out there. So that's amazing. Do you still right now do you still have some of that nervousness before you go out too?
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Less, I would say, it gets better each time.
Yeah.
But when I go out, I'm good. As my coach once said, "You ate to look stupid, Renner," and I can see that. I change when I perform in front of people. I don't want to look stupid, so I'm out there. I have my character, and I work the crowd as much as I can, and then whatever happens, and then once I'm back in backstage, then I become another person. Was that okay? Did I did good? Was that okay? I'm not sure, but you wouldn't know when I'm in the ring.
Yeah. That's awesome. And tell us, I know another promotion besides Torture Chamber that's got a lot of buzz in professional wrestling, in independent professional wrestling, is Project X Wrestling. Yeah. Tell us about when you made your debut over there and what that atmosphere is like.
It's crazy. I would say probably the best crowd so far that I've performed in front of. Because I don't think, maybe you're not aware of Sudbury, but it's very remote here in Canada. Yeah. So there is no other promotion around.
Okay.
So the fans, that's all they're waiting for. When there is a wrestling event, like it's the talk of the town, and they go all in. Like they'll buy merch like crazy. They'll pay for pictures. They'll pay for golden tickets, VIP, anything. Because they don't have other options. And it happens that the product, even if there's no other option, is very, very good. One of the production crew is Johnny Bravo, that also works for TNA.
Sure.
Yeah. So the product is always good. The stories, they make sense. The wrestlers looks like wrestlers. And it was very, very fortunate for them to put faith in me to go there, to travel there. And they've actually made me also look very good and strong. They put me in position to make that women's division something, because they don't have a lot of girls there. And the girls that I've had the chance to wrestle against, they're amazing talent. And I would have never thought in my first year as a rookie that I'd be put in a position to face people on their level. And they've also helped me out a lot during those matches. I've learned a lot, and we would say earlier, when you hang out with certain amount of people, with superstars, you feel like a star, and it is very true. Whether it's with TC or Project X, if you hang out with sharks, then you become a shark.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Very
I will say oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was
No.
just gonna say birds of a feather flock together. That's what I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Yeah. I found out about Project X in the first place from following Marty Skrull on YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And then I saw Marty cutting a lot of promos on there for it. And I saw him and Matt Cardona doing their back and forth stuff. Brought a lot of attention to the company too, because they went back and forth on social media leading up to their big match and everything. And so that's great that they're using talent like that too to help put the eyes on it. And then once we see it, we see yourself. So men over there holding, wrestling over there holding a championship as well, and everything coming in and out. It's like, wow, this is a spot. This is kind of that, like you're talking about, somewhere in a remote rural area that's got this underground buzz, that's got this buzz on social media and everything. So that is, wow. I'm like, man, if that would be cool. And it's just a unique atmosphere from what I could tell, like on there, the production, everything, they have their own flavor to it. It's kind of like how ECW had their own flavor to what they did back in the day. It was very different feel. It gives me those kind of vibes.
Yes. I've said that the first time I went there. Their entrance, they got fans with the logo and the dark curtains. I was like, that's very ECW, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they put their own spin on it though. It's unique. It's very much, they kind of, you can tell there's some definite inspiration. They're very good, but they made it look really cool and very professional and everything like that. And I love hearing that that's one of your favorite places to go and get the opportunity, because I've watched your vlog and know that is a long haul for you to get out with. And then I saw your vlog where you're picking up other wrestlers and your friend and stuff like that, and friends, and then you're getting carloads together and driving. You said it's about an 8-hour drive?
With all the stops, I would say almost make it about 10 or 11 with all the gas stops and eating. Or yes, if you get caught in traffic in the Montreal region, if you don't leave early enough, you don't beat the traffic, then you're already kind of late on your route over there. But yeah, GPS says about 8 to 9 hours, but with all the stops we do, it takes about 10.
Wow.
Wow. Exactly. It's all right. Yeah, I know that's one of the things that we take to cover in Word Up. By the way, we're gonna play a little word association game that we call Word Up. So just bear with me. All right, so basically, word association. I'm gonna flash something on the screen. First thing to come to mind, and then we'll discuss it from there. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, good deal. Hey guys, everybody in the audience, we see your questions. Time permitted, we're gonna get to them. Okay, so if you have questions for Kassidy, throw them in the chat. We're gonna try to get to as many of them as possible. But we're gonna go in and do word up. And first one is worst injury. I know we know that you're still young in the business and whatnot. Have you had what's the worst injury that you've had so far?
My knee, actually. During practice, I took one move on the crash mat and I had knee pads, and I still found a way to hurt my knee. So there's a bone that grew on top of the other because of the traumatic hit. So there's not much I can do about it, but sometimes it still hurts. When it rains, I would say that the knee hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it's a person who has knee problems.
Yeah, it's okay. For
As
now,
a person who has knee problems, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Best advice you have received?
Just trust yourself. Be confident and just trust yourself, and everything will come.
Good deal. Okay. Who gave you that advice?
Drew, many
Okay.
many times,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
also Buddy Jacobs also.
Okay. Good deal. Biggest rival? Do you have a biggest rival so far?
I would say Nova and Project X. We're starting hot. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna have our second match, but I would say we're starting strong with the Steel Cage match coming in February. For those that don't know,
Okay.
So I would say biggest rival.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Was that 10-hour road trip your longest road trip to date?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Actually,
All right. So this ought to be good. Tell us about your longest road trip.
it wasn't as a wrestler. It was with Torture Chamber, and we went to a place here in Quebec. It's crazy that you can actually drive 12 hours and still be in Quebec.
Oh wow.
I mean, I think you're from Texas, so you would know.
Yeah.
It's kind of big.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yes,
Yep.
it was for an arena show in a place called Sept-Îles, and eventually you have to take a boat because then there's no more road to make it there. And
wow.
I was part of the ring crew and merch girl.
Okay.
Best road trip ever, however, but that was the longest by far.
Holy cow, a boat.
She said, "Oh, wow."
Rain come over on the boat?
Oh wow.
I think it's one of those boats that the cars and the trucks can come on.
Oh sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna ask, how'd you guys get it all over there? But yeah, okay, cool. It's like a ferry, like a big enough thing. Yeah, I got you.
All right. Stiffest opponent.
Nova.
Okay.
Nova. She's a safe worker, but you can feel it. She's not messing around. She's gonna
laying it in.
those move in, and you're gonna feel it. Yeah.
Good deal. All right. Dream match.
I wouldn't know. I'll be a mark.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say Trish Stratus, maybe someday.
Ooh.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
Trish Stratus at WrestleMania.
There you go. There you go. You go do it big. There you go.
Yeah, love it.
All right. Signature move. What is your signature move?
The spear.
The spear?
For now, the spear, and I'm also known for my DDTs.
Your DDTs? Okay. All right. Good deal. Favorite weapon?
I've just had a street fight.
Okay.
But Christmas themed. And you'd be surprised how much you can hurt someone with Christmas decor. So far, I would say a Christmas wreath.
A Christmas wreath.
Wow! Yes, a Christmas tree.
Okay. Oh wow, a Christmas tree.
I think yes.
You're on a podcast and couldn't say goodnight to your friend, baby.
Okay. Well, I don't know what there are.
I thought she froze up on us.
No. You still on mute, Cedric.
Oh, greatest tag team.
Greatest tag team. Matt and Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. You and Man Up got something in common there. He'll be up there shaking his head.
Oh yeah. Huge Hardy Boys fan.
All right.
I mean,
And
they did just retire the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
they just retired. So,
And I think we already know the answer to this question, but to you, the GOAT is who?
I mean, I say that because I love him, but I would be up for debate to say that all around, in all aspect, whether it's on the mic, character, and in the ring, I do think that Chris Jericho is an all-around very GOAT.
Yes.
Also.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
He's an amazing worker.
Okay.
Good deal. All right, man. I think we got time for a couple of questions. So we find a couple of good ones.
All righty, give me a second, because there was a lot that came in.
There's a lot of questions.
Well, and we covered a lot of the questions too.
Exactly.
Good news.
So
what wrestler do you admire yourself from?
I would say I see a lot of Chelsea Green in some of the things that I do.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
Okay. What's your end goal in the business?
I would say, of course, make it to WWE or Japan or any big. But if it's not WWE and I just end up being successful, then it's good with me also. Okay. I'll be proud of what I've done.
Good. Very good.
Alrighty. Yeah, a lot of these already was answered. Here go one. Did you wrestle Kevin Owens?
I wish. I wish. No, I would hope so. I'm still waiting for him to eventually drop by. He used to drop by the dojo back in the days, and now that I'm there, he's never coming. So,
well, he's out hurt right now, isn't he? So he might need a place to come get back in. So you never know.
Get back in shape. Yeah.
What he'll do when the time comes. So
that's true. If you're here and you can hear us, you're welcome with open arms.
You gotta. Go ahead.
Okay. What's the biggest crowd you wrestled? I guess it was in front of. So I guess they didn't finish.
Okay.
What's the biggest crowd you wrestled in front of?
I think it was Project X with Matt Cardona when he was on the card. A lot of people showed up. I'm not sure the exact number.
Sure. I can imagine, yes.
But I would say around, because it is very remote, so it's impressive that amount of people showed up, but around 600 to 700 people, I think, who showed up.
Nice.
So
nice.
I would say, definitely the biggest crowd.
What do you think of the different type of wrestling? Lucha Libre, American, and Japanese. What do you think about it?
Okay.
Sophia Rubio.
Hi, Sophia. I actually know her. She just came. She just went to Mexico to learn how to wrestle there.
Nice.
Wow.
I think it must be hard. Drew does mention how different it is in other countries. We usually wrestle. Everything is from the left. And it's kind of backwards on the other. I think in Mexico they do it backwards. It must be tough to learn how to do it a different way, but it also adds to knowledge. It must be amazing to learn, and I would like to learn from that. And I know in Japan they do a lot of strong style, a lot more, and they're very, very stiff. And it must be tough, but it looks fun. It looks like a good time also.
Okay.
So I think it's amazing.
Oh, sorry about that. Got one more here. How do you feel about John Cena retirement? Kind of a two-part question.
I have not.
There was another question about that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I have not watched his last match yet.
And did you cry when Cena retired Saturday?
She said she hasn't watched it, so
Yeah, so
That's actually the reason why I did not watch it, because
Ah!
his last match.
okay.
His last match happened to be on the same night that we did the awards at Torture Chamber, and they did put it on the TV, and most of the guy watched it. But I'm like, this is a celebration. This is an award. I don't want to sit out here and cry in front of 30 people and be sad. It's fun. All right. So you do you, and I'm not gonna watch it. I'll watch it when I'm at home, and I can cry ugly and be sad.
She said cry ugly.
Okay.
of course, this last match was against the most credible guy in their entire company, Gunther, who beat the absolute shit out of him in the match. So
Yeah,
You can't spoil it.
I was spoiled at the ending, but I haven't seen it.
everybody knows that, but it's
Everybody
like,
knows. Yeah, it's kind of a big news thing right there. Man, we got time for one more.
right.
One more.
I think this is a good one. What's your next big goal, not only wrestling, but in life?
There you go. Next one.
Maybe get into some acting. Maybe.
Okay.
Ooh.
yeah,
I
I can
think
see that. I could definitely see that.
I like that. Especially you know, because we may mention a couple of times about your blogs and whatnot. We definitely want to take time to plug your YouTube channel, guys. If you watch this on YouTube, go ahead and go to Kassidy's YouTube page at Kassidy Renner. Let's get her up to at least 75 or more subscribers before we get off the air. I'm sure she would definitely appreciate that. Kassidy, hype up your YouTube channel real quick.
subscribe. I work really, really hard to make those videos, and it's content that there's not a lot of that online. I know that's content that I was a fan of. I was always looking and searching to see how it was in the life of a wrestler, and I show that as much as I can. Of course, there's little things here and there that I'm not allowed to film. But you're gonna have good content over there. Oh, I'm at 67 now.
67, yep. Exactly. Come on. Hey, I need 8 more. I need 8 more, guys.
I just subscribed myself right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm subscribed.
Yes,
well, here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking.
Hey, keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Can we get 70 before we get up there? Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
What I'll tell you one thing I love about your vlogs too. You show us multiple aspects of it, the travel, but people don't realize what it is like to be a woman in professional wrestling too. You have showed me in videos where you have to go clear across the building to dress in different places. It's a lot. I was like, wow. And then you get barely any room some places to do everything you got to do. And men just throw on their gear and go out. There's a lot more a woman has to do. And I think that's one of the best things I like about your videos is really showing us all the struggles of it, the travel, the getting to the show, the everything, the merchandise, meeting the fans, but the struggles you go through with where they put the ladies to dress, and then you got to get across back to the building, back to the entranceway and stuff like that in some of these buildings. And I was like, that's wild. But it's cool because we don't really see that from anybody else.
Yes, indeed. That's true. That's exactly why I want to, be real and show out. It really is, Sometimes there is a whole locker room for the men's, but of course you're welcome there. But let's be real. Like, we're not going to get butt naked.
You don't want to be in there while everybody's naked. It's like nobody wants to be in there.
So we're going to be in the dirty bathroom where the toilet is leaking and we have to change and put our gear in there. So
wow,
it is the reality, and not everything is glorious.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, we got to 73. I need 2 more folks to subscribe. Okay, now come on, guys. I need 2 more people to subscribe. Besides YouTube, Kassidy, where where else can everybody follow you at?
I'm on Instagram. So it's Kassidy_Renner on Instagram. So that's where I post all my match, my schedule, when the new vlogs are coming out, or just daily updates. That's the main place to find me.
Good.
If you find me on Facebook, I love you, but don't add me. That's my personal.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's not a fan page on Facebook.
Yes, like that. That's her personal. That's her personal. Okay,
stick with the Instagram and the YouTube. That's plenty.
There you go. We got room for one more. Someone else. Let's get us a subscriber. We got you up to 74. I'm sure after folks watch this, you're gonna get a couple more. Support those that support us. Cassidy was so kind to do a shout out for us. You guys going to see that in the intro. Cassidy, we want to thank you for that. That was absolutely amazing. I had fun adding that into our intro. Again, we before we let you go, any final words?
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, that was amazing. I had a lot of fun. And
75, we got it.
Yes,
we got to 75. We got to 75. I love it.
We got to get all the way to that 100 now. Come on, y'all.
Exactly.
We're gonna help her out. We're gonna keep growing.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
And that's said she's going to subscribe as soon as we're done here. So that we'll get you to 76. Cassidy, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the time. You were absolute joy, and we look forward to continue to follow you on your wrestling journey.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful to end the year of 2025, a very good year here at the best podcast.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And we thank everybody for tuning in to Bells and Bells. Remember, we're not going to be here next week. We're taking a pause for the cause, doing some Christmas thing with the family. December 30th, we're coming back with our end of year show and the big belt giveaway. So make sure that you guys are here in 2 weeks for Bells and Belts. Yeah. We're gonna take a little bit of break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna come at you hard, guys. 2025 was a good year. We're looking to make 2026 even better. Again, Cassidy, thank you so much for the time.
Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have a great time.
For Cassidy, for Joy, for Man Up, I'm your boy Cedric D. We will see you guys here in 2 weeks, right here on Bells and Belts.
Yeah.